interesting shot there of Cranes coach Milutin Michos-Radovic on his knees, presumably praying for good omen. Now, joining me to talk a little more about the Cranes omen is NTV sports producer Robert Madoi. Robert, I must say it's looking good for the Cranes thus far. Do you agree?
Well, Joel, yes, Mitchell's gods have really answered these calls. The Cranes couldn't have gotten off to a more better start than the one they have there in Group D. As we can see in that group there, they've won maximum points in their group. They beat Botswana in their opening game here at Nambole, traveled to Comoros, and they got that 1-0 win. They've kept 2 clean sheets, and they are preparing, of course, for Burkina Faso, who are no spring chicken. But if we may look at the rankings there, Uganda is ranked some 19 places above them. So you could say that that gives Uganda some extra bit of confidence going into this match against Burkina Faso. But they won't be resting on their laurels by any stretch of imagination.
All right. Now, of course, one of the biggest storylines in the build-up to Saturday's 2017 Afcon qualifier has been Uganda's failure to charter a plane for the Cranes. It, of course, remains to be seen whether this will have an impact on the team's performance. Now, on the pitch, Robert, what does that mean when the Cranes can't really charter a flight to go to Ouagadougou?
It means a lot, Joel. If we may just look at that graphic that we came up with, it definitely, I predict it will take the sting out of the Cranes' charge. These double headers are quite crucial. If you remember, a few years back, it was the double header against Togo, where we lost both games that took the sting out of the Cranes' charge. This time round, our failure, to charter a plane, yes, for the team to Burkina Faso, to Ouagadougou, it leaves the Cranes facing, this long journey. 19 hours it will be.
Exactly, and I was just about to put that into perspective. To just explain it better.
Yeah.
A chartered plane to Ouagadougou, from or to Ouagadougou,
Yeah,
takes 5 hours, 5 minutes. We were looking at it with you earlier. A commercial plane, which the Cranes are supposedly going to take, Ethiopian Airlines, takes 19 hours because of the layovers and specific stopovers.
Yes, and if you look at the impact it will have for the return leg, it's going to be a massive impact. You may say the first leg, the players may have time, to shake off that jet lag, because they will arrive in Ouagadougou in the wee hours of Friday morning, so they have some time to knock off that jet lag. But the return leg, they will actually arrive here in Uganda a day after. Would you imagine it? A day after the Burkinabes, the people from Burkina Faso, the players from Burkina Faso.
So the Cranes arrive on Monday.
Yeah.
Burkina Faso arrive on Saturday,
Yeah,
immediately after the match. Arrive on Sunday, immediately after the match on Saturday.
Yes.
What does that mean for the Cranes, though?
It means that obviously they are going to start, it knocks a few points off them. The players will be fatigued, they will be jet lagged. Wouldn't expect them to operate at 100%, which obviously in this day and age, if you're not turning in a performance which is touching the 90% mark, chances are that you at the very best you may draw that game, and we know that Mitch has set himself a target of securing 7 points from his remaining 4 match days. Now the match here at Nambole it's vitally crucial that the Cranes get maximum points. They may go to Ouagadougou and lose that match, but here at Nambole it's vitally important that they win it. And you have to say that them, boarding a commercial airline and coming back on Monday when they have a night game on Tuesday, it's not going to stand them in good stead.
All right, we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But please join us again tomorrow. We'll be updating you and building up to the Cranes game against Burkina Faso in Ouagadougou. That's from tomorrow onwards till Saturday. From us here at Nambole Stadium, it's goodbye. We'll now hand you back over to studio and to Sam Posa, who has more stories making headlines.